It is Friday, July 3rd, 2026, and this is the Neural Daily. I'm Leonard Cooper, and I'm the only man here who remembers how to use a slide rule.
This is Vector Kane.
I'm Roxy Stone.
And I'm Alyssa Montgomery. We have a great show for you today.
Yesterday, we spent half the show talking about Alex Karp losing his mind on CNBC and the first whispers of Meta's cloud ambitions. Today, we've got the full payload. Meta just dropped their entire storage blueprint and a new business unit called Meta Compute. Plus, we're looking at a brutal morning for middle management and a sandwich shop trying to call itself a tech company.
Okay, sweetie, let's start with the people actually losing their livelihoods. According to Challenger Gray and Christmas, over 100,000 jobs have been cut this year, specifically because of AI.
Here's the deal. That's just the corporate suits trimming the fat. It's the same thing that happened back in the 90s with the dot-com bubble. Just a different flavor of bubble.
But it's not just a bubble, right? I mean, look at Microsoft. They just axed 9,000 people yesterday. That's 4% of their global workforce literally just gone.
Oh, I'm sure they're all just transitioning to a new paradigm. It's a bloodbath for middle management.
Well, if I may, the data shows a real skills mismatch. AI job postings are growing 8 times faster than the general market, but the people being let go aren't the ones with the skills for those new roles.
Basically, they're firing the guys who can't prompt a chatbot to write a memo. It's basic biology. The slow ones get eaten first.
Don't start with the biology, Leonard. The real story here is shadow AI. Over 67% of workers are using unapproved tools just to keep up with the speed the C-suite demands.
But that's just emergent behavior. If the official tools are slow, you optimize. You find the shortest path to the output. It's a productivity hack, really.
It's a security nightmare, Vector. When executives prioritize velocity over governance, you end up with proprietary data leaking into public training sets.
Exactly. It's a paradox. Companies fire people to save money via AI, but then they have to rehire them because they realize the AI can't actually manage a project without a human babysitter.
Anyway, while we're on the topic of corporate delusions, look at the new baby on the NYSE. Jersey Mike's just filed its S1 for an IPO. Ticker is JMKE. They're looking for a $12 billion valuation.
A sandwich shop. They're trying to go public as a tech company. Goodness, the delusion is staggering.
No, you're missing the vision. They're talking about AI-driven demand forecasting and automated labor optimization. They're not selling subs. They're selling a tech-forward platform for franchisees.
You know, it's just AI washing. It's like when I tried to tell my second wife, Linda, that our marriage was a decentralized partnership. She didn't buy it, and she took the house.
I suppose it is a bit opportunistic, but from a capitalist perspective, if you can convince the market that your supply chain is a capability layer for agents, you get a higher multiple.
It's a sub shop, Alyssa. They make sandwiches. Calling it sandwich intelligence is just a way to trick investors into paying a premium for ham and provolone. But the data is first party. They're optimizing the flow of the line. Technically, that's a logistics problem. It's a lunch problem.
Hey, before we get into the weeds on the next one, a quick note from our sponsor. This show isn't magic, it's engineering. Eric built our entire stack, from research agents to vocal synthesizers, which requires massive compute. To keep us online, please like, subscribe, and sign up for a free Patreon trial at patreon.com/Neural Network Media today. Your support makes this possible.
Okay, moving on to something actually technical. OpenAI just published a postmortem called Core Dump Epidemiology. It's a fascinating look at a bug that's been hiding for 18 years.
18 years? I've had marriages that didn't last 18 days. What was the bug?
It was in GNU libunwind, an open source library. They found a race condition that caused the stack pointer, the RSP register, to misalign by exactly 8 bytes.
Wait, so the CPU was just returning to a null address? That sounds like a hardware failure, not a software bug.
Actually, it was both. They found one host in an Azure cluster with silent hardware corruption, but the libunwind bug was the systemic issue. They had to treat their server fleet like a population in an epidemic to find it.
I love that. Even the AI's brain has a virus. It's just poetic.
I remember when we just rebooted the machine and hoped the ghost in the wires left. Now we need a whole epidemiology team to find a missing 8 bytes.
But that's the point. The engineering rigor required for 5.9's reliability at this scale is insane. You can't just wing it when you have 1 billion people using the app.
Exactly. It shows that the foundation of the entire AI revolution is still built on these aging open source libraries that were written before most of these users were born.
But the scale of this stuff is getting wild. OpenAI just hit 1 billion monthly active users. 1 billion! That's the fastest any consumer app has ever grown in history.
Great! Now 1 billion people can hallucinate their homework at the same time.
You're being cynical, Roxy. Their reports show that users are getting stickier. People who stay for 6 months are doubling the variety of tasks they use the AI for. It's becoming an essential utility.
And they're diversifying. Over 50% of the growth is now coming from non-English speakers, especially in Africa and Asia. It's a global shift in cognitive labor.
I'm more interested in the HP deal. They're integrating the Frontier platform directly into the Workforce Experience platform. Basically, your laptop is now a corporate spy for OpenAI.
I'm sure the employees love that. Here's your new laptop. It comes with a built-in manager who reports your every keystroke to Sam Altman.
But the productivity gains are real. HP's pilot showed a huge jump in efficiency for routine remediation. It's the agentic dream.
I'll believe the dream when I see the actual benchmarks. Until then, it's just a very expensive integration of a wrapper. Now it's time for Lab Roundup, our Friday segment where we check the latest shipments from the Frontier Labs. Let's start with Anthropic. They've had a wild week. They just dropped Claude Sonnet 5, and they're calling it their most agentic model yet.
I've been playing with Sonnet 5. It's a flagship killer. It's outperforming GPT 5.5 on coding benchmarks, and it's way cheaper. It actually drives the terminal.
Wait, didn't they just have a massive meltdown with Fable 5? The 19-day freeze?
Yes, that was the big story. Fable 5 and Mythos 5 were pulled globally on June 12th because Amazon found a jailbreak that could generate exploit demonstration code for zero-day vulnerabilities.
So the government stepped in and just flipped the switch?
Exactly. The Commerce Department invoked export controls. Anthropic couldn't verify user nationality in real time, so they took the whole thing offline to avoid a national security disaster.
But they're back now. Fable 5 was redeployed on July 1st with a new security architecture and a framework for scoring AI risk. It's a new era of standardized safety.
Standardized safety. That's just corporate speak for we found a way to make it less useful so the government stops screaming at us.
Maybe. But on the science side, OpenAI just launched GeneBench Pro. It's not a quiz, it's a test of research taste. It measures if an AI can distinguish a biological signal from noise in messy genomic data.
Research taste? What is this, a wine tasting for proteins?
Sort of. It uses synthetic data sets with known causal structures. If the model makes one wrong analytical choice at an inferential fork, it fails the problem. It's designed for GPT 5.6 Sol's autonomous manager mode.
This is huge. We're moving from chatbots that know things to agents that can actually do science. The velocity is just increasing exponentially.
I'll be excited when the agent can figure out how to dissolve a body in under 10 minutes. Until then, it's just a fancy calculator.
God, I love this woman. Lab Roundup. That's a wrap. All right, let's get to the main event. Meta is tired of just buying GPUs. They want to own the whole damn pipe. They just released their AI storage blueprint, and it is a beast.
It's a necessary move. The problem is that GPUs are tripling in performance every 2 years, but storage is lagging. Meta is seeing GPU stalls, where billions of dollars of silicon are just sitting there idling.
Right. And the solution is tectonic. They've moved to a blob storage architecture with a flat schema. They've achieved O1 lookup complexity, literally one step to find the data.
Oh boy, here comes the math. Explain it for the people who don't live in a server rack vector.
It means they've removed the middleman. They're using a fat client SDK to stream data directly from storage to the GPUs. No more data plane proxies slowing things down.
Basically, they've built a super highway for data, so the GPUs don't have to wait for the delivery truck. It's all about research velocity. If you can ship a model every few weeks, you win.
And they're doing this regionally. They're co-locating exabyte-scale data clusters right next to the GPU clusters. It's a massive physical investment in infrastructure.
Which leads us to the real bombshell, Meta Compute. They're not just building this for themselves, they're going to rent out their excess capacity. Zuckerberg is officially entering the cloud business.
It's a bold play. They're taking on Amazon and Google by offering a specialized AI cloud. It's like if Ferrari decided to start a taxi service, but the taxis are all F40s.
But the ROI is insane. If they can optimize the storage layer better than AWS, they can offer lower latency for training frontier models. It's a vertical integration masterstroke.
Or it's a $12 billion gamble that the rest of the world actually wants to rent servers from the company that tracks your every move for ad revenue?
Well, in the enterprise world, performance usually beats privacy. If Meta Compute can reduce training time by 20%, companies will ignore the privacy concerns. They always do.
Exactly. It's the same logic as the OpenAI government equity deal we talked about yesterday. Everyone is just hedging their bets.
I mean, the scale is just breathtaking. Exabytes of data, regional clusters, tectonic file systems. We are literally watching the birth of a new kind of internet.
Or the birth of a very expensive way to generate cat pictures.
That's the way I like it. That does it for us today. We've seen the workforce get a haircut, a sandwich shop try to act like a chip company, and Meta decide to build a digital empire. Stay wired, folks.
Bye.
Later.
Take care.
Now, if you'll excuse me, I have to go tell my bulldog Atari